In this video, I'm going to break down exactly how you can sell your low ticket digital products and your high ticket offers at the exact same time. Okay. In my world, you don't got to choose, honey. If you're new here, my name's Lizzie Hudson, and I'm going to break down exactly how you can sell both, where you're not compromising or sacrificing the quality of your time, your energy, your efforts, and making sure that your audience gets exactly what they need when they need it right on time. If you're new here, my name's Lizzie Hudson. I'm an online business coach and I specialize in helping my clients generate leads. That's what I do. That's what I'm known for. And that's what I love the most. Okay. I think it's so important that as a business owner, we recognize whether you're online, in person, local business, doesn't matter. Lead generation is the most important thing inside of your business because without new leads, you have no sales. And without sales, you have no business. So we're going to avoid that. And we're going to talk exactly about how you can sell multiple offers at the same time inside of your business. So let's get into it. So first things first, what I need y'all to understand is that at the core of selling a low ticket digital product, whether it's 27, 37, 97, 497, and a higher ticket offer, which I classify typically as over $2,000, but usually 3, 5, 10, 20 $1,000 plus, is that kind of like I talked about in my intro, you really need daily leads. Okay. So at the end of the day, I always say the leads cost the same. And I specialize in ads specifically. So the leads are going to cost the same regardless. So what does that actually mean? That means that you need a process to generate leads every single day. Okay. It doesn't matter how many products or offers that you have. If they're just sitting on your website or your stand store collecting dust, it doesn't really matter. Okay. You have to tell people that you have something for sale because unless you're like driving people to that page or that website, it's just going to be collecting dust. So instead, what we want to do is make sure that we have new people finding out about us every single day. And the analogy I love to use for this is like a car. You can have the most shiniest, newest car, but unless you're putting gas in it, it still won't go. Okay. So same concept. You have the best offers in the world, but if there's no gas, honey, it's not going anywhere. So daily lead generation is just like gas for your vehicle. You need to have it every single day to increase your sales, point blank, period. Because at some point, it doesn't matter how big or small your audience is. If you have fatigued that audience by meaning you've shared the same offers over and over again, they've either already bought it or they're not interested. So what's the equation there? We have to find new people. So in my opinion, the fastest and most best way to get new leads every single day is by leveraging really simple Instagram ads. Now, you don't need a massive budget. You can start off by spending 15, 20, or $30 a day to be able to bring people to you. Okay. And that should warrant anywhere between at $15, anywhere from 2 to 4 leads coming into your world. Now, for some of my like fitness coaches or some of those service-based offers where everybody kind of needs it, like a website or social media, you're probably going to get leads for a little bit less, but for the most part you can expect about 2 to 4 leads coming in to your world every single day. Okay, so that leaves you with 1 to 2% of those people typically are going to buy your high ticket offer. Okay. So if you get 100 leads in, let's say, 2 weeks, roughly, if you have an optimized funnel, optimized offer, people really want it. This video isn't about offers today, but if you have a funnel and an offer that people have gone through, they want it, 1 to 2% of those people are going to buy your high ticket. Now, what happens there? Okay, the leads cost the same, so you've already done that. And I will throw in a bonus one. I have really been loving Threads lately. I need to make a whole video on Threads, but Threads has been like absolutely amazing from a lead generation standpoint. I've gotten new leads, I've gotten sales, I've gotten growing my email list. I've gotten opt-ins. Like it's been fabulous. So Threads is another way if you're like, okay, like I want to start ads, but I also want to be able to have an organic strategy that's really working. Threads is an amazing way because it's short, it's punchy, it's direct communication, and and you have to be clear though in your CTA to drive people to your next step. Okay. So that's going to be a place, those 2 places are going to be my most like favorite ways right now in May 2025 when I'm filming this video to generate leads. Okay. So now we understand that about 2%, you need to have a mechanism to drive daily leads every single day. 2% of those people are going to buy 1 to 2% are going to buy your high ticket. Now, from there, we need to be able to say, okay, cool. 1 to 2% are going to buy high ticket. Now, what about the other 98 to 99%? So what we need to do is be so obsessed and be okay with having automation work for us. I was reading a study the other day by Neil Patel. If you guys don't know Neil Patel, he's amazing. If I can find the graphic, I will try to link it below because y'all know I don't do a lot of fancy editing in my videos currently, but I'll try to link the study below. But in the study, he basically talked about how trigger point trigger point and trigger based emails actually work really, really good compared to campaign based over the course of time. So, what does that mean? So, if you have people opting in, let's say that your offer is a fitness offer, and your offer specifically is like, I'm going to help women that are postpartum lose weight. Amazing. Okay. So, 1% to 2% of those women that are opting in are going to buy your big $3,000 program. But the other 98% of people aren't going to be ready yet. They don't have the finances, whatever the case may be. So that doesn't mean that we just leave them hanging. They have a problem that they want to be solved. So those people are going to be the warmest, the hottest, and the most ready to buy. So what does that mean? I always have this like energy, sell them something. Okay. Sell them something. So what does that mean? Based off a NILS study, and I've known this for years, but always seeing the data is so helpful, like from an outside source. The data says that when you send trigger-based emails, you're going to get a higher open rate and higher click-through rate, which ultimately means more sales. So if you can pinpoint specifically bing, 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 those leads that have just opted into your funnel, opted into your lead magnet with, hey, okay, you didn't apply to work with me, you didn't book a call, whatever that may be. I'm also now going to sell you this $47 thing on perhaps you give them a guide on like how to heal their pelvic floor or how to, how to produce more milk postpartum from a fitness standpoint, if you're qualified to do so. Now you are solving these like microcosms, these micro problems, and they're going to pull out their credit card and buy because, again, they have just met you, whether it's on threads or if it's on ads, but they're still in the buying mentality. So just because they're not ready to buy the high ticket doesn't mean they're not ready to buy something. And you can't assume that. You have to sell them something. All right. So this email sequence specifically, this is going to be the best way to do it. You can also use retargeting ads, but I'm a big fan of email because it's fairly intimate, direct communication. So after somebody goes to your high ticket funnel, you want to trigger an email sequence. Well, it could be anywhere from 3 days to 30 days to 300 days. It doesn't really matter. I have typically my email sequences are between 5 and 10 days. But basically, when somebody opts into one of my lead magnets, I'm going to automatically trigger some of my best selling, and I have multiple digital products, but I'm going to start to trigger my best selling offers based off of, you can do polls inside of your emails. You can do a regular standard automation sequence, like a downsell sequence. But again, the goal is to sell them something. So when we think about it, you have your high ticket offer, which I love having my clients build that out first, because if you have your high ticket offer already built, you can now pull apart like a pull apart bread, a croissant. You could pull that apart and look at the juiciest pieces and the most where your clients get stuck. And you can pull out these like power offers. You could pull out these micro offers so that you can sell them something so that they get a big win, a quick win. And then now they're ready to, move forward because they trust you, they like you, and they respect you because you've already given them such a great experience with that lower ticket offer. Okay. So that sometimes is all that people need to be on the edge to buy your high ticket 3, 5, 10, 30, $50,000 offer. Okay. So always sell them something. Once the buyer is created, trust has been created, and that makes it moving them into your high ticket offer even simpler because they've already established that trust and respect. Okay. So you want to have an automation sequence that's selling them something. I don't care if it's a $20 thing or if it's a $200 thing, right? Sell them something that's on the low ticket end. And I say anywhere typically between like $22 and $497 is a great spot. And you can always split test those price points. But having that automation sequence is where sales in your sleep really start to come true. Okay. So the last part of this is really understanding on how to use email at a larger scale. So we have the automation based emails as trigger point emails, but then also leveraging campaign style direct response emails. So here's my example for this. So just like any major retail store, whether it's, your most popular stores that you love, they send emails and texts and SMS all day, every freaking day. Okay. So I worked at Target for a really long time from 16 to almost 23. And they always had Sunday emails and Sunday newsletters and sales. And I just was like thinking about this a few years ago. I'm like, why in online business why are we so scared to sell? Like, we're in business for profit. It's not a nonprofit. So I should be selling. And I looked at the retail model and I said, okay, I've worked in retail. I was really good at it. So let me take those same that same methodology, that mindset of sales specifically, and use that in my online business. So just like a retail store sends out consistent communication about what they have for sale, they're not always providing all this value, right? The value is inherent in your offer. Okay. And if you've done enough goodwill and you've helped people, you don't need to, yes, you need to make value-based content, but you should also be selling, because we know the best way for somebody to get results is to buy your offer, period. Okay. So now that you're leads have seen your high ticket offer, your signature offer, and they're not ready, they have context around it. Again, kind of like your trigger point, your automation, your automatic downsell emails, these are going to be weekly direct sales campaigns. So this allows you to create really goodwill. It allows you to create consistency and allows your audience to know that you're not here to play around. You're here to help them get results. And you know the best way for them to do that is by buying from you. Okay. So we send direct sales emails every single week. So we basically call them like Thursday upgrades. So from Thursday to Saturday, all the new people that have come in onto our email list that haven't seen last week's sale, we will send out as one of our low ticket offers. We have over 12 different low ticket offers. So we're able to constantly rotate these offers on a continuous basis. Okay. So we send these every single week. And we also sync our social media content up with it as well. Not always perfect with it, but I'll try to really, and I create all of our social media content right now. So I try to really link it up as best as I can. But if I can't, it's no worries. But basically I take one of my best selling digital products and I typically put it on like some sort of flash sale, because a lot of people that are just finding you from your leads, right? Your ads, your threads, your organic socials, they don't know that you have all these things to offer. And I don't think it's best to just put everything in your bio either. So in order for them to know that you have these things for offer, these small offers, these low ticket digital products, you have to sell it to them. Okay. So every single week, I want you to create an email sequence that introduces the offer on Thursday. On Friday, you're reminding them, you're answering objections, you're answering FAQs. And then the last day, you're essentially sending last reminder emails, get it on sale, etc. Now, I know some people are like, well, I don't have to put my stuff on sale. Well, good for you, right? I don't ever discount my high ticket offers, but my low ticket offers, it's free freaking game. Okay. And now I have sold my offers at a certain price point that I like to keep them at. But again, these are semi-passive offers. So I don't have to do any coaching or mentoring or communication. So when somebody buys it, they buy it, they consume it, I get paid and I move on, right? It's these offers that you've built that you make money from over and over again. So you should be okay if you want to be okay, but putting a discount on it, it gets people to move. I just had my birthday sale. We sold like dozens and dozens and dozens and we sold 6 different offers, dozens of the offers, all because I put them on sale for my birthday. Okay. And that's a different type of sales campaign that we typically do. And I always like to theme these campaigns around birthdays and holidays, and honestly, make any day a holiday if you want to. Okay. So you don't always have to do that, but that does help when you're doing your weekly direct sales campaign. So regardless of how you're selling your high ticket or low ticket, the biggest thing is that you have to get more eyeballs on it. You have to get more traffic. And that's why I like having both, because if you're just selling low ticket, in my opinion, it's really hard to be profitable unless you're running ads and you have the funnel dialed in. But with your high ticket offer, you're making a lot of profit on the front end. So now on the back end, all of those digital products and low ticket offers is just profit, which is so cool and such a vibe. And I'm about it. All right. So don't let your business solely rely on your energy. Make sure that your business is reliant on your efforts and your automations. Automations and systems, you guys, are like so important. And so many people are missing out on sales because they're afraid to send the emails, they're afraid to run the ads, they're afraid to have the conversations. But if you want a business that makes money every day or damn near every single day, you've got to have these pieces in place. Okay. So we use ConvertKit for our email sequences. I love that. I love ConvertKit. And I use mostly Thrivecart to do a lot of our sales. And then we also use SandStore as well. So that's it, you guys. If you want to sell your low ticket and high ticket, it's about putting in the effort to actually sell it. And I know it sounds so sometimes like elementary, but at the end of the day, so many people forget that in order to get sales, you just have to sell. And it can be uncomfortable because a lot of us aren't born natural saleswomen or salesmen. But what I know to be true is that the more that you do it, the better that you'll get at it. And the more your audience will adapt, because if you're always selling and you're always selling, people are always going to buy. It's just that methodology. And as long as you're growing your email list, you're getting those new leads, you'll always have new people to sell to. Okay. So that's what I have for you. If this was really helpful, let me know in the comments below, like what offers you sell, how you're selling it, and are you inspired to sell? Because at the end of the day, you run a business and people need your help. So don't deny other people's success because you're scared to show up and sell in a way that feels maybe not as comfortable for you. It may be a little bit foreign, but email is going to be one of the best ways to sell, talking about your offers on social and just looping it into a theme, right? If you're like, it's not computing in my mind, make it a theme, make every single week a theme. And as long as you're growing your list, you'll always get sales. Okay. And you have offers that people want. So hopefully this is helpful. Comment below what offers you're going to selling. Definitely make sure to like and subscribe to my channel, and just share the love below. And I'm so glad that you found this video today. And if you want help inside of growing your business, business, send me a DM with the word info over on Instagram. And I'll send you all over all the details on how we can help you generate leads and scale your business on autopilot in 2025. Okay. So I hope you love this video and I will see you in the next one. Talk to you soon. Bye.